All right, so just a little thing I'm doing, um, right when my computer is rebooting because it takes like an hour to reboot. Uh, so this is my high school notebook from, high school art book from when I was in high school in like 2016 and 2020. At least I don't remember. I think I got it after I started high school, but this is represents what I was drawing in high school. So yeah, be warned though. I will have to censor some of this, not just because of personal information, but also because um, I had some pretty questionable beliefs back when I was in high school, and they are pretty awful, and I don't believe them anymore. But I did when I was drawing some of these, so yeah. Be warned, I'm gonna have to censor some of that. So, anyways, here we got here we got March 2017. I think that's when I got this book. There's the first drawing is my old rabbit character, Connie-sen. Yeah, that's his name. And he's sitting down. I tried to draw like cloth, but I didn't do a good job. This was back in 2017. I was like 14 at the time, so I don't know if I had to like blur it out just because like because of the outline, but yeah, I probably shouldn't have been like drawing a lot of these when I was 14, but we can't change the past now. This is me trying to practice perspective, and yeah, I use the grid method here. uh so yeah, this is when I was trying to learn perspective. So, but I was doing strictly one point here, which is quite boring, honestly. But yeah, I remember, like talking about this when I was in a Discord server, and like it was a Discord server for video game music production, but that was focused on this one RPG from 2015, uh, back in the day, but isn't anymore. Although it's not really active anymore. So, and somebody told me that that the grid that there's actually something better than using the grid method, and that is to just observe the surroundings around you and try to copy that. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do that without my grid method though, but that's what I heard. Uh, so yeah. Next, here's see back in 2017, this was like I was I was still like on a bookmaster kick. Like I had one of my friends whose name I don't think I'm gonna say, but one of my friends back then, we had like I have fun with using my using people I knew as characters in a web comic I made that is no longer available online. Don't look for it. Uh, I of course now I know it's a bad idea to actually name characters after your friends, and especially using their photos. That is not a good idea. But I did not know that at the time because I was a dumb kid. So, but here's like me trying to like draw these characters that I made a long time before into in the in the art style I had at this time, and you can see it really does not work well because the original this is closer to the original design, but even then it's still very close to my newer art style from 2017, and it still looks like crap. It looks even worse than the original, which the original is very simplified, kind of cheapified. I mean, kind of cheapified. Uh, so yeah, but yeah, and here I drew a character. I don't remember if this was based on some student or teacher. Could be either because this is high school. But yeah, I drew a lady, and I really sucked drawing um, at drawing shoes back then. I still do, but I at least drew the character. Uh, and then here's some joke art I made because I really did not apply the fundamentals here. This was really lazy art. Like, I was known as the artist kid back then. Everybody wanted me to draw them with no compensation whatsoever. Like, I remember one kid even tried to accepted the commission, but but once I drew the image, they either didn't have the money to pay me or they refused to pay me because they were trying to scam me or something. I don't know. This was a long time ago, so but yeah, that this is not that commission though, but it's just another example of people wanting me to draw them, so I tried to draw them, but I drew them in jokey ways rather than in my the art style I had back then because I was a cunt. And I actually had like, this is a drawing not made by me. It was made by another kid. And yeah, I let that kid, draw on my book. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah. And so there's the next page. This, okay, I'm gonna have to censor some of this, but I mean, this is like offensive, but it so I don't even know if I want to censor this, but I believed in this guy. Back then, this was a few months before I stopped supporting him, and you could tell he looks like ass too. But honestly, whatever. And also, I was also a transphobe back then, so I just drew some activist that was also a trans girl, and I was a transphobe back then, so I did not think of her as a girl back then. Of course, now I would, but still, this is some disgusting shit. I might even censor the whole thing, to be honest. All right, now back to some shit, some other stuff. I drew characters thing down and that, but this one I remember it's like I was trying to copy the art style of another artist. I'm gonna let you guys guess which artist it is because I don't want to say it, but yeah, I was trying to copy the art style of another internet artist and I failed, but I'll let you I'm gonna have to censor the words used in here, but yeah, oh yeah, this one is supposed to be a gamer kid saying some stupid shit. And then I drew some weird shit, random shit, crescent guy. More stylistic suck images that I deliberately decided not to use my art style in this one. Just because it's a joke. You'll see this a lot. And I think this is part of the reason why my art has not improved since this period in time. Because I kept drawing too many of these rather than trying to focus on improving, and actually trying to draw things as best as possible. This kind of ruined my art style, I'm just saying. All right, and here's some more shit. I'm going to have to censor some of this. Definitely censor that out. But I tried to, draw this person with, an egg on their face or something. Egg on their head or something. I drew a Lenny face because even though MLG was already going out of style by 2017, I knew a kid who loved this character, who loved this emoticon. So yeah, I drew that. And here's another example of it again. I also drew some guy in high school that I knew. I don't remember anymore who this guy is. And maybe that's for the best because I don't know. Here's some art style practice. It's probably one of the best things I've drawn on this page or even in this era, but it's just an eye. It's not much. But my art style was just super optimized for drawing eyes for some reason. It's always been that way too. So, and then I drew this yeah, I'm gonna have to explain this. This is gonna be pretty awkward. Uh, so back in 2016, I basically created my own species, but except their design looks exactly like, or like they were basically designed after, a certain the RPG I was talking about earlier. Some characters from the RPG. I basically made an entire like species out of them, and yeah, I would never do that again if I was like me from like 9 years ago. But I was still holding on to this, to these copies, um, by that point, rather than just letting them go. I feel like I should have let them go earlier than earlier than nowadays. Because honestly, I kind of regret doing this kind of design. Also, it's blurry because the stupid phone camera. I hate touchscreens. I hate touchscreens. And then I drew some. This is stupid. I drew this YouTuber that I was watching back then. Uh, yeah. I don't watch him anymore. So, but he's the reason why I believed in his awful things. Of course, the actual YouTuber has changed his political beliefs since then, but I have stopped following him way back, way before he's changed his political beliefs since then. Uh, but rest assured, I don't believe in this shit anymore. He doesn't. He might not even believe in this shit anymore. I haven't seen his channel in a long time. So yeah, that's the only good thing that came out of this, is that we changed. And then I drew Lenny Face in my art style. It's I guess it's joke art, but it's this high effort joke art, high effort for my art style standards. And then here's I think I might have to censor the what's after the. I might have to censor the whole word. It's a pun on another word that, yeah, yeah, you probably guess. But yeah, this is my character. Basically, this is just me. This is my character. My avatar character. Except he looked a lot less. Looked a lot less femme leaning back then, because I was a piece of shit back then and I hated transgender people at the time. I don't anymore, but you people are cool now. But I mean, you people are cool. But back then I was a piece of shit. So sorry. I'm gonna censor this. All right, next on. Yeah, I suck. I I I drew. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this. Like, I drew some more students. Um, like I drew like a few more students. When I was a kid. I'm gonna have to censor the name of this one, because I don't think the person. I don't know if she's still watching my videos, but I don't think this girl would ever want to associate with this video, or even me again. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't want to harass her anymore, so I don't think she would like this. I drew a Sega Mega Drive because it's pretty cool. I like these old consoles. If I could get this stupid phone to focus, Sega Mega Drive 16-bit. I call it Mega Drive even back then. Yeah. Another kid I drew. We were teenagers, so yeah, I drew them with like Interestingly enough, I didn't have a problem with people of darker skin tones back then. I wasn't that I was prejudiced, but not that kind of prejudice that back then. But still, whatever. And I drew this character. I don't know if I want to censor part of it, because I might censor the lips maybe, because it's awful. But and then another kid literally asked me to draw them, literally asked me to draw her. So I did that, but I did it in sucky way. That is some mean girl shit. Well, I would be mean girl if I was one back then, but I guess I could just say mean girl. But I was some mean girl shit. I don't do that anymore. I just, if someone were to ask me to draw them without expecting me to pay them, I probably wouldn't draw them unless we're like very close, like at all. Yeah, I'm his fave teacher, because I remember I had a teacher back then that kept saying that she was my favorite teacher. And I actually she wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate her that much. I think she was fine, but I didn't have a favorite teacher. I don't think so back then. Um, of course, I don't remember her name, and that's probably a good thing. All right, and here's some. I was trying to draw a Doom map layout here. Um, that's not a good idea if you're trying to do. Well, I guess it is a good idea to plan out the layout, but not like this. It's probably better to like plan out structure in a more abstract way rather than a way that tries to represent the exact level format. Because if I was going to do that, I might as well just do it on Doom Builder, which is what I used back then. Now I use Ultimate Doom Builder, but this was back in 2017, so whatever. And then here's some code. Like, this is okay to show because I'm not working on this project anymore, but it's some JavaScript code. I was making a JavaScript prototype of a game I wanted to make for the TurboGrafx. No. For the TI-84 CE. TI-84 plus CE. And I wrote the code on paper, and it's not even lined paper, so this is extra cursed. Not only because it's JavaScript, but also written on paper with the proportional font because my handwriting sucks. But yeah, it's code, all right? This is what happens when you're in high school and you're like, want to make a game, but like you don't have access to a computer in the class yet. You just make some weird shit. So anyways, the game this was meant for is supposed to take place in a school. That's already a bad idea. You should never have a video game take place in a school. But yeah, you're supposed to have it take place in a school, especially if it's an action game. You should never have an action game take place in a school. But if it's a game that doesn't focus on like fighting and all that, school is fine, I guess. But don't set an action game in a school, especially if it's an RPG where you like fight enemies. Never said that in school. But I was 14 and dumb, so whatever. Some more shit. I might have to censor the text because it's I'm ashamed of it. Even if it's it's stupid, but I'm ashamed of that. This was back in 2017, but yeah, this is a stupid stereotype, but it portrays the political climate back then. Everybody was dunking on progressives back then. Look at how times have changed now. Gosh. And then I drew a kid or somebody with a long neck. I was a weeb, so this is obviously inspired by Roku Bai. I literally made a video on that when I was 13, before I went to high school. So yeah. And then two more kids asked me to draw them, and so I did. But again, I drew them like shit. I even drew them with the pockets out because I really, really wanted money for my art. I really wanted to concentrate my art, but it is dumb of me to expect, other students or just to expect people to expect people to give you money in school. It's just stupid. But yeah. And then I might have to censor the name, but otherwise, if it weren't for the harmful name that portrays a harmful stereotype about my own people, people with my mental condition, I would have been proud of this. Like this is like the best I've drawn from that era. But it's ruined by the fucking name. I'm not gonna say it, but it's not cool. Like, especially with that stupid puzzle piece. I fucking hate that whatever. I fucking hate whatever charity started this puzzle piece because I hate what it symbolizes. But yeah. This is disgusting, but it's a good art piece otherwise. Drew some more shit. This one is a certain little Digimon. I failed at drawing it because I drew it from memory, but yeah. And here's another one of my rabbit characters, Ande. Not Andy, Ande, with an E at the end. He's shirtless because of his long ears. It make it hard for him to put on a shirt. Here's a shirt that's like a button shirt. That's the only shirt he can wear because of his large ears. It'll be hard to put it on otherwise. I mean, of course, it would probably be flexible enough for a shirt, I guess, but for other different kind of shirt, I guess. But I didn't think that it would be back then. This is my character, but yeah, who knows? I drew a character from the indie RPG, but it's my headcanon version. Basically, one that's a game reviewer, an angry game reviewer, because those were pretty popular when I was very young. Before this era, though. And then I drew this, whatever this is. I don't even know. More shit. I don't even know. This character looks a little bit like a certain Yu-Gi-Oh character you might know, but otherwise it's weird. Some more experimental stuff. I don't remember who this is, but it's experimental. And here's Kansen. He's hurt. Yeah, it's a guy, but whatever. He's hurt. It's more practice. If I could get this fucking phone to focus. It's okay. It's like 20 minutes into the video. Oh, hell, look, my computer booted up again, but yeah. And then some stupid shit. I'm not even going to say what this is, but, it reflects my biases about people that I had back then. And here's another page. I don't think I'm going to show this. I might bleed it out, but I did some calligraphy. I got $1 for that, and I was fine with it. It's just calligraphy, but it's not even good, but whatever. I'm just going to censor it because, again, these are kids. These are actual people. They're grown-ups now, but, so they're probably, like, older than me or my age now, but still, they probably wouldn't want to be associated with me anymore or care. I drew this awful stereotype that I'm going to censor. I did not actually, care that much. I hated religion back then because I was, like, one of them Redditors without a Reddit account, but yeah, this is an awful stereotype. I would not draw that anymore. And then I drew another character. This is from my the alien race I was talking about earlier that I've invented. Well, so-called invented. Yeah, drew another one of those. It's a not one of those. Yeah, this one's looking at his phone. And then I drew a face and a different art style. I was going for a more realism approach, but the shading isn't really realistic. So, yeah, I literally asked the student if it looked realistic, but they said no. So, I drew the kid before. That kid I was talking about before. I drew him. So, yeah, I don't even remember if you asked me, but I drew him. Probably a bad idea to draw people that are real that without their permission, but whatever. And then this one's based off of a short I saw on YouTube. Tolerate. It's a weird short, but well, I guess it's not that weird, but I felt it was weird. I don't remember what I was going here, but I drew one of the characters from there. But it's different. Another headcanon shit. Let's go to the next page. This is gonna be a torture for me. So yeah, collage. I was writing down some art stuff. So I knew this. I think this guy was a substitute teacher. I did not draw this. But some substitute teacher, actually, I was telling him about my art, and he said he drew art too. And I think this might be, I don't know if this is a Loomis method, but it's a method he used for drawing heads, and it's pretty interesting. That's why it's a different art style. I did not draw it. Some other guy drew it. I think it was I think it was a substitute teacher that drew this. It was pretty cool, drawing on there. I let him on my page. I don't remember his name, but though. So, but it's cool. So, anyways, here's another drawing I made of myself. I really hated school. Like just about every teen back then. Well, even now, they probably hate schools a lot. Again, there's a perspective fail here, and there's also I also failed to draw the environment correctly. I sucked at drawing everything back then, and I still do. But I'd say I'm better at drawing people than I am at drawing objects. Because I just gave up when I was drawing the desk. Also, the proportions are ass, but that's just normal for back then. This was when I was in 10th grade. The early ones were from 9th grade. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to censor it. This is some stupid, jokes. I made some conspiracy theorist characters, but these are like some awful, harmful stereotypes here. Uh, uh, yeah, some awful dog whistles here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna censor all that. All right, more Dove shampoo because I wanted to get better at drawing Dove shampoo. Uh, I started drawing. I tried to draw a melody on paper that I had in my head. Also, some stereotypes that I like. I don't know if these count as stereotypes, but like I'm probably gonna have to censor them just in case. I drew this character. This was not an attempt at a stereotype. This is just me being awful at drawing people, but I tried to represent like a East Asian, descendant person. Not a real one, but just in general. I tried not to make it look like a stereotype, but unfortunately, I don't know if I succeeded. If I do, maybe YouTube will tell me by just deleting my video and possibly terminating my account for community guidelines strike, but who knows. I tried to draw Yeshua, the guy from a long time ago that doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, I drew him. And then I drew I don't think I can show this on YouTube. It's another stereotype, I think. So yeah, this is just awful pages. I would not stand by them. Okay, and this is some so-called humor. All right, learn the difference. Nico 4211 El Chapo. Except this isn't El Chapo, this is El Chavo. But whatever. Shitty beanie looking like a pharaoh hat. Aggressively passive, looks like a... I can't say that word. I'm going to censor that. Smells like shit. And, yeah, I'm not going to say that. I am actually glad my phone isn't focusing on here, but yeah, it's something about my skin. No drawing skill. I mean, yeah, that's the only thing I agree here. Evil because not religious. I know it's a joke, but like, come on. This is some Redditor shit. Something I don't know. Gay demon. I don't know if I could say it on YouTube, but I don't know, bruh. Weak apartment. I still live in that apartment now. Terrible human being. I definitely was back then, and I still am. But a different kind of terrible. Now, here's El Chapo. Powerful hat. Confident eyebrows. Empowering irises. Must be protected from sun. And I'm not going to say this one because I mean, I know he's played by an old man in the show. I didn't watch the show back then, but yeah, in the original show, he's played by an old man. But still, I'm not going to say that. That's creepy. No drawing skill either, but doesn't draw, and that's good. Okay. Goes to church every day. Okay. Straighten for the proud. Okay, this is stupid. But yeah, back then, I was not actually homophobic back then, but I was transphobic. So, strong barrel. Because, yeah, the character, El Chavo is like a character from a Mexican sitcom that, lived in a barrel. He's supposed to be a little kid, but he's played by an old man. It's a live-action sitcom, but it's cartoonish. Perfect in every way. Okay. I am not gonna go to the other page because it's just some stupid shit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do it. My phone's already censoring this. But I might have to censor it further. There's some stupid shit. I hate this. This is some stupid shit. But anyways, this is some more shit. We have this triangle guy running away. That's cool. But all the other shit, I'm not gonna allow. And there's also this guy. Yeah, that's also cool. Just a random guy. It looks like one of them Senpai characters from Senpai Club. I guess. He also has a Mac style face. Like it looks like Mac, the old Mac logo. Next, we got some more stuff. More experimental drawings as well as more drawings and a more chibi-ish style. Well, I wouldn't say chibi, but a little more simplified style for my Bookmaster character. Well, I tried drawing Danny Phantom logo. I tried drawing some fruits or vegetables, whatever you call them. Same character again with a book sword. Yeah, this is a stupid idea, but whatever. Some gore, I guess, but it's not in color, so it's all right. Some more. Try to practice with drawing characters. I don't think I ever realized at this time that the Loomis method doesn't really work with my art style. I tried it on computer, but it's awful. 32 kilohertz, more than 32 kilohertz. You know, I guess that's the joke, that it's like so high that it hurts people's ears and cause their head to split. And like high, and it's also a high dB, I guess. And it's more style practice. I tried to draw in a different art style. I will let you guess who whose art style I was trying to copy, because it's not a great attempt anyway. But it's another art style I was trying to copy. You might know. Well, I'm not even gonna give a clue. Just try to guess. This is another example of that same art style. Try drawing another person's character on the Discord server. Nothing to do with my high school, but still. And a more experimental drawing of like some jackal thing or something. And another experimental drawing, you know. And there's a drawing, like, anyways, these two drawings are also my Kanye-san character. It looks like a bird here, but looks like a, you know, if you got that bird anatomy here, that's not intentional. It's a heavily based on, this character was heavily based on someone on Josephson's character. I'm not going to say their name, but you know, if I'll let them answer if they want to be known for that. But this is an old character. I don't even know what they use anymore. Well, I know it's a girl. I can say that. But the character is a guy that was based on another guy character that was owned by a girl. But whatever. Anyways, this is a more simplified style again. But yeah. And then I tried to draw myself. This is not the avatar I use, but I try to draw myself more. I'm not going to show what I look like in real life, though. But this is closer to that. Anyways, here's more shit. I tried to draw like some polygons, and I drew more experimental characters. This is an old, you know, insect-like character I had from back in 2016 when I was sketching out, and I just invented this character while sketching. This character is completely original, unlike that Kanye-san character that I know I don't use anymore. But I don't really use this character much either. The last time I drew this character was back in 2022. That was my last speed paint ever. And I don't know if I'm going to make another one, whether digital or traditional, but yeah. This is also shading practice, which is why the character's gridded out. Because, you know, that's a method I heard it might have been effective, but I don't know how effective it actually was for me personally. I tried drawing a cactus guy and some other shit. I drew this. Yeah. I drew one of my teachers again. It's a caricature, I guess. And then this. More experimental drawing. I call them experimental drawings because I didn't really care. I mean, I watched an art video. So, you know, not every drawing made by you has to be a masterpiece. And focusing on making a masterpiece is actually counter to improvement. I guess I can believe that. But there's a difference between making an art piece that's not intended to be a masterpiece and just making joke art where you don't learn shit. So, I don't know if I could show. I guess I could show it on YouTube because it's just a middle finger. But I was trying to get better at hands because every artist knows they can't draw hands that well. Not easily, anyway. I preferred to draw hands with all fingers, not like cartoon hands that you see in a lot of cartoons. I wanted to draw hands that, you know, I don't think that I want to draw hands that actually fit my art style. Because, you know, this, you know, isn't it. Also, I'm gonna have to censor that top thing, but because it's disgusting. But like, it's disgusting that I drew that. But there's some, you know, pencils, pen, gun. I think that's supposed. I don't know. I think that's supposed to be a hand actually from the side. And I tried to draw a paw, but I didn't do a good job at it. Like and don't judge. All right. I tried to draw a car, but I don't draw cars a lot, and I still don't. So if I drew a car now, it would probably look like this, even if, you know, this was back in 2017. Okay, this was like late 2017. Back then, there was a meme based on a Nickelodeon India version. I don't live in India, but there was this meme blew up everywhere. The world learned about Motopadlu, but this isn't that. This is Ninja Hattori-kun. I drew Ninja Hattori-kun. and it was on Nickelodeon India, and it was in the dad meme that everybody was like looking at back then. And then I drew my own character. Oh, I drew a random character in what's supposed to be a similar style, but it don't look good. It looked like shit. And then I tried to draw OpenMC's icon because that's what I was using back then. And then I drew like some more characters. I don't know, like more characters. This was actually not supposed to be a stereotype, so if it turns out to look awful, that's just me being dumb in like an artist way, not like being dumb in like an actual shit person way. And then I drew a character that, like, I don't remember if this is based on another character or not, but it reminds me of the Jetix logo, so, which is something I used. I don't remember if I watched Jetix. I think I did when I was a baby, but Jetix was very short-lived. It ended by the time that I was like 6 or whatever. It was replaced by Disney XD. But I like the character at least, or at least the logo at least. And then I'm gonna have to censor some of this, but this is some random shit. This actually reminds me of. I mean, the top right image actually reminds me of, of that character, of the jelly character from from Bobo or something. Some character I drew a kid in a hoodie doing that. I don't know. I did a hand puppet. I don't do that a lot, but this is clearly a joke one. More shit. I tried to draw. Okay, I'm gonna have to censor that actually. I tried to draw a stick figure character. I don't know if I finished this, but it's more that styles practice shit. I tried to draw an emoji, and I also like tried to draw like emoji scared by a spider or something that looks weird because weird, but yeah, I draw another one of them stock images or something like that. I drew another person, and I drew okay, I don't know how much of this I can show, but yeah, it's another stereotype, but it's more of an ideological stereotype of like an ideology. Either way, it's stupid. It reflects the political climate again, but I would not care to draw such things nowadays. I tried to draw a right to left comic, but I was really terrible at paneling and composition. This just hit hard. I mean, this just hit me hard when I was young. And to then, I don't really like to do comics because I'm really bad at composition and I'm bad at paneling, so I just don't do that shit anymore. I don't find it fun. And this was 2018, by the way. Like 2018 was another year. It was also, I was an awful person this year, but I was gonna. Okay, never mind. Fuck you, Niku 4211. Okay, I'm gonna censor that. More shit. Random face. I tried to draw a cat here. Okay, I think this face actually has a story behind it. I remember a face that looked like this when I was watching a video. It was a viral video when I was in middle school. This was way before I drew this. And it looked like this, but I saw it in a video about bullying. So I think I found that video actually recently. I think it was called. I don't remember what it was called again. I found it, but I forgot again. But it was made by this. It was notable and it had a curse word in it. And when we were very little and we watched the video in school, so that was like that hurt us. Oh wait, no, that didn't hurt us. That surprised us. Try to draw more people, like more people. It's mostly just heads though. And then this character, the emoji movie came out like at this point. Everybody hated on it. I drew like one of the emojis from it. Like, yeah. And this thing looks like the kind of stuff you've seen in there like late 2000s, but I drew it in 2018. I is bullied because I don't know. This is disgusting though, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna censor that for a different reason. Okay, more shit. This is like one of my characters, Lonely. Again, he looks like a character from an RPG, from a certain RPG. And also a character from another video game based on a movie. That was intentional too. Because it's based on a Game Boy Color game that was pretty famous for having samples like the you don't see like long samples a lot in Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games. But whatever, that's irrelevant. This card is based on the character from the movie on that 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 the Game Boy Color game is based on. I'm gonna censor some of that. The lips make me uncomfortable. I tried to draw some. So I tried to draw someone trapped in a box because I remember trying to submit my art to like some 10 kid art gallery, but it did not meet their quality standards, and they also and not only that, but they also like thought it didn't express anything. So I tried to make something expressive here. So I felt trapped in a box back then. I don't know, some general stupid shit, some general depression shit. I draw more characters, another guy smoking something. I don't know. Let me try and. This is not intended to be a stereotype, but but whatever. Try to draw a hand. I can't tell how good it is though. I think the palm might be too tall here, but also just looks weird. Looks awkward. But it's probably the best out of the attempts so far that I've seen. Okay, this is the commission I was talking about. Some girl said she was going to pay me to draw this, but then she decided not to pay me. Like, even though she liked the drawing, but okay. And this is me trying to draw a shrug emoji, but emojis have to fit in like a square, so that doesn't work with a shrug, which isn't a square, which isn't really something that fits well in a square. So I tried to make an emoji that was a shrug. Okay, and there's another attempt at it, and then another attempt, and another attempt at it. Okay, and this is like a redraw of like one of my really old Super Mario World hacks based on a kid I knew. Yeah, again, bad idea to make a character based on your friend that actually is named after your friend, especially when that person isn't really your friend anymore because you've been a horrible person to them and they don't want to be associated with you anymore, and they have probably deleted all their videos off their YouTube channel because of you, because you commented on there, because you've been a terrible person. I am so sorry, but there's nothing I can do now. I can't mend what I break anymore. But yeah, I'm not going to say his name, obviously, but yeah. Okay, this whole page is dedicated to Condescend, drawing a Condescend again. This time, I tried to count how many heads. I don't know how good I did, but his character is 5 heads tall, and that fact makes me uncomfortable for some reason. But I guess it's not too bad. But he looks a little too young for what I'm trying to do with this character, though, even though this is clearly a rabbit, but still. Okay, I tried to draw a hand again. This time it's a dark skin hand. I'm really terrible at shading in the skin, though. And then drew some more characters. Yeah. And then I tried to do more perspective practice by drawing shapes with like X's on them to try and find out the midpoint. But the X's were sometimes curved, so it's not really that accurate. I tried to draw a cat house. I don't know why, but it's a weird idea I had back then. And then here's a teacher. I think a teacher that I had back then. I drew him without permission, obviously. I'm not gonna say his name, but Okay, I'm gonna censor the name here, but yeah, I was planning out a remake of it as still a Super Mario World hack, but yeah, probably not a good idea to resurrect an idea you had when you were like 10 years old and try and make it into a game, especially when you're still a teenager. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna show the top image, but I tried to draw a lunch I have, but I was really bad at drawing food. This is clearly this is supposed to be chicken and French fries. And I drew some guy that I saw in like a cheat, but I did it poorly. Then this is I don't know if you can see it, but this is SPC 700. It's a chip but drawn like weirdly because yeah. This is like the SNES's audio CPU chip. I just drew it because I'm a weird kid. I was basically a band kid back then, except I didn't actually play in a band. I just made music myself on my own. I really collabed with people back then. And then I tried to draw a larger character, but I tried to draw a character with more heads. Of course, the head is a little jokey, but the rest of it isn't. Uh, and he's also barefoot because I wanted to draw foot practice. Don't ask me why. Okay, it's not for any suspicious reasons or anything like that. But this character is 7 heads tall. That is actually pretty tall. Probably too tall for my style a little bit, but whatever. Okay, and this is like a phone calculator. I think this is a. Let me try and focus it because okay, it says 9 plus 10 is 21. It's that old meme that was even old back then. Ying. I'm not. This is one of the teachers I had. She was teaching Spanish. Yeah, this is harmful shit. Probably. And I drew some feet. Again. The legs are way too long and they look like shit, but whatever. And then I drew another character. Holy shit. Okay. It's pencil so it shines, but yeah. Weird character. I tried to draw a hoof. I don't think it did a horrible job at it, but yeah, it looks really uncanny valley, but whatever. And I drew another person face. I keep drawing a lot of heads here. You're gonna see a lot of heads here. Some fictional, some not. I drew a crazy guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate what I mean by crazy, but whatever. I drew frozen thing, I think, or wet thing. I think it was a lunch or something. I drew a salary man running, but it looks like shit because I didn't apply any fundamentals to that. You're gonna see me say a lot of fundamentals a lot because I was not a particularly good artist back then. I still am not, but I use fundamentals to like differentiate art that I made as a joke that clearly wasn't supposed to look good, and of course, mission accomplished. But versus art that was supposed to look good, but fails for its own reason. So yeah, here's another more perspective practice. I use the grid method again, and it's an elevator with the plant. Okay, and I did lost meme. We all know about the lost meme, right? The same kid I drew before, I drew him again, and a fictional character. And then I'm going to censor the names here, but here's some smiley face drawn by some kids I knew back then. And here's plastic Snapple. Like Snapple was advertising they were using plastic instead of glass, so it didn't break. And then I'm going to censor. I don't know if I should censor some of these, but I don't know. But I guess I should censor some of these here. But yeah, here's my my avatar character. I was feeling depressed back then. I wonder why. More character, and then I drew kind of Sun, with the sign again. Okay, here's a character actually, no, this is a real person I drew. I'm not going to say his name. I don't even remember his name, but I'm going to censor his shirt, but but I don't need to censor the rest. I hope not. And then I drew some more experimental characters. And then okay, this is stupid, but I drew somebody fictional characters. This character looks weird because it's another weird character of mine. Doesn't have a name. Whatever. I made some joke drawings of my my counselor back then. We're still in contact actually. She's like the only person I'm still in contact with even now. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm gonna let her respond if she wants to be known here. But yeah, this counselor. I am so glad she didn't drop me. She did her job pretty well, even when I wasn't a good student or a person at the time. I drew some more people. Another kid I knew at the time, I drew him. Yeah. Everybody had the "k" back then. They still do. I tried drawing another girl, but I'm horrible at drawing. All right, here's a character I drew. This not like wearing a hoodie. And then my gym teacher from back then, I drew him, and yeah, I drew another head, more heads. Drew a shirtless guy, and then I drew a guy, but I didn't draw the head here. I was really bad at drawing the body here. I didn't draw perspective good either. And speaking of perspective, here's some heavy perspective practice. Yeah, I don't know if this is. I don't remember if this is a plan for a video game or what, but or if this is based on a video game. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of those here. In this case, I was playing as Xbox, but okay, I see the head. I see the health bar. It's clearly based on that Buffy Xbox game I was playing all the time back then. I was obsessed with that game, even though it's not a great game. I was watching that show too back then. All right. Let's see. This is a computer with the 50 hertz PAL. Actually, it's greater than 50 hertz PAL, like PAL 60 or something. I don't know, but it's an Amiga computer. I don't have an Amiga. I'm an American guy. Amiga didn't do so well in my country, but I hear about it all the time from people in the demo scene. It's very popular in Europe, and so whatever. And I drew a snake. I drew, someone I knew back then, but I was, horrible at it. More people I tried to draw. Another kid I knew. I actually remember trying to draw him with a different. I drew him with a different mouth, but he didn't like the way the mouth looked, so I drew it again. I tried to draw a Butler character without tracing. So, okay, this was like more we were playing. We had a assignment. We were playing a restaurant. I drew this character. We didn't have to draw the character, but I drew him anyway. It's counting something again. And then there's this character. It looks like I try to draw him in a slightly different art style based on some kid I knew in Discord. We don't really talk anymore. In fact, I don't even know him anymore. But anyways, I again, this is another that alien character that looks like the character from that RPG. You're gonna see that a lot here. You're not gonna see it a lot on my channel after this, I promise. After this, after I look at this book. And it's more characters. I don't remember like if I drew my. I think this is what I looked like back then. I had already tied my hair. I grew my hair back then. And then I just joined this anime character that was like Hell Girl, I think. I forgot her name. I think it's Ianma. I drew the character, yeah. And I drew a kid that was listening to I think it was a real kid, I think, that was listening to something. I drew him. Alright, next. I drew the 21 kid. This was back in 2018. I like the 21 kid, this 21 kid did not want to be famous anymore after the meme popped up back in the day. Nowadays, he wants to live a normal life, so we should respect that. But yeah, I'm gonna take a candy. This is a reference to Baldi's Basics, which was blowing up at the time back in 2018. This was made back when I was in this summer school in a STEM thing. I left the school on my own accord pretty early though, so I didn't learn much other than Arduino. That was cool, I guess. I drew my pencil case. Another character from Baldi's Basics. And then, some Pilot Red Sun references because he was pretty popular in the meme circles, which I was in. And I tried drawing a door stopper. And then just more characters, more people. I drew this. I don't remember what this is, but I think this is a deer or something. And then I don't remember what this is. It's so old. I don't even remember what this is trying to be. I think this was actually a guy. Oh wait, now I remember. I think this is the Club City, like a character from the Club City skit that was listening. That was that dropped his music onto a DJ set and paid the DJ to play it. It was pretty cool, and I found it pretty cool when I was well, I still do music a lot. That's the main thing I do, but I found it pretty cool because of that. And then I drew some character from like Mega Man Fully Charged. I think it was the Wiley kid. Like back when, like this is from the moment where he actually had some of his hair shaved, and it looks like the Wiley character from the Mega Man games. I drew a pulley. I drew a cat. Um, this is another style copying thing. I tried to copy someone else's style. Um, don't let anyone stop you from taking their style because it's just a style. As long as you don't steal their art, don't trace their art. But if you draw your own character in an original drawing that happens a little different as art style, don't let anyone take that away from you. Well, actually, no. Don't let anybody stop you from copying their art style. Just don't copy their art. All right. But yeah, this is like a cat character again. I tried drawing them like based off a some other kid on Discord I saw. She was pretty infamous. I shouldn't be saying she. I think they are trans boy now. But yeah, but I don't even know if they're trans by now. But last I checked, they were trans boys. So I don't know the pronouns now. But I'm just gonna say they were pretty infamous. But they were very young at the time, so it just makes sense that they're gonna be they were unstable at the time. And I drew some more joke images. This is clearly the I hate everything guy. I was watching him back then. I don't watch him anymore, but I used to. I drew one of my teachers. I don't remember if she was a substitute teacher, but I drew her. It's a pretty cool drawing, I guess. And then this is another page. I drew the same cat character in a different art style. Kind of reminds me of that Telltale game, though, the art style, though. I drew them again. And then I draw some more shit. This is that same character as before, but I drew them in a different art style. That carried from Mega Man Fully Charged, which I didn't really watch much of. It was pretty weird. It was a pretty mess show, right? I tried drawing a chicken in like weird art style. I drew the same character again, but a meme. I tried to do this lens flare thing, but it just doesn't work when it's like drawn. At least not with my art style at the time. I tried drawing, doing some more calligraphy stuff, and then I draw like a ghost character or something with like I don't even know, like a Sierpinski triangle or Sierpin. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna censor a part of that, but whatever. I'm gonna censor what he said, but yeah, some guy was asking me to draw him, and I think it was a teacher actually, but I decided to draw him as a joke. This is another character of mine. I think this is the dog character I had. Yeah, it was made as a joke. It's an edgy dog character I made to make fun of people drawing dogs. It was honestly a stupid idea that's not even funny. It's just punching down at this point. And this is that same character I think, but in a different angle. I tried drawing the original Game Boy, like not color, just the original Game Boy, and this is what it looks like. And it's connecting to another. Actually, no, this is a Game Boy Color. But it looks, yeah, this is a Game Boy Color. I was planning out a Game Boy Color game that that was like Pokemon but with ghosts, and this was no, it was not inspired by Yokai Watch, which already existed by the time art was made. It was actually a thing I came up with way before Yokai Watch was really a thing. But I didn't do anything with the idea until after Yokai Watch came out. But of course, still, I never played Yokai Watch. So, whatever. And also, this is that bunny from that meme that I don't know. I found out that meme due to know your meme, but yeah, it's from the meme where the bunny asks the waiter what the cheapest thing is, and they just get the U. They just get a card saying U because the other cheapest thing, whatever. And more from drawings. I tried to draw somebody, but I didn't have time to finish. And then here's a plant-based character I drew. That's like a plant animal thing. I think it looked cool, but whatever. It's old. Okay, the same character again, the cat character before, and another joke. Deltarune came out. Deltarune Chapter 1 came out at the time, and it was new. So I put not RS because it's not supposed to be RLSA, but it's another one of my alien characters that looks just like that character from that RPG. And this did not age well, but it's inspired by a certain book series made by an awful person. So yeah, drew another character, and then I draw a Flareon. on. I was watching this incredibly toxic streamer, like somewhat even, um, somewhat even low tier god toxic streamer back then. I don't watch him anymore, but he used a Flareon at the time. Like as a character, this is Avatar. And I drew Shoban because I was obsessed with Shoban back in like 2018 and 2019. And then I drew a Frozen Pencil. I was actually making a card game called Frozen Pencil, but I never really progressed far. It was meant to be like a combination between the card games like Uno and trading card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. And even though I never really played trading card games that well, I did play a lot of card games, and it was pretty cool. I did play a lot of like Uno type card games, and that's cool. Okay, this next one's mostly text, so I'm just gonna focus on the art piece right here. The top art piece is something I can't show on YouTube, but because it's really depressing. But this is another alien character I drew that again looks like the character made by that guy. His name is like his name after like some canine or something, and his first name is like Toby or something. Looks like Toby's character. So yeah. Anyways, it's mostly just text. Okay, this is funny. True. I can't read that anymore. I don't remember what I was supposed to say. Oh, I remember now. True cringe. I was obsessed with cringe back then. So yeah, that's ass. Yeah, I basically did an inversion where I just swapped the outfits of like two characters. Well, this one is supposed to be Rousey, but like Rousey the Bookmaster. And then this one's the Bookmaster character earlier, but wearing something else now. It's coming in infinity because it's never coming. It's just stupid, but yeah. Okay. And then I drew content again. And that is a bear trap. I'm not going to say why I did that. I tried to draw the Dragon Balls because I was watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball at the time. And I drew one of the characters from Dragon Ball, Shu. And I was obsessed with Ubu back then. I actually wrote a lot in this because this was back when I was silent and I didn't want to speak. Like, everybody was confused because I didn't want to speak. I didn't feel like speaking. I was doing protests against society. I don't even remember why I did it other than I hate the school system. That's a stupid protest in the long run, but whatever. And I drew more of this, and condescend, confrontation. Okay. I drew some more characters. This guy is saying he'll eat your meat. Okay, that came out wrong. Pause. Drew another character. This one's a joke, but whatever. I drew another kid. I knew. This one's not a joke, by the way. Okay. I drew an Obo Gumba. I tried to draw Tetris, but I couldn't really get it to look good because I didn't put much effort into it. I drew another alien character. I'm just gonna say alien character from this on. We all know what the deal is, but alien character I'm gonna say. I actually tried to come up with an glasses design that would make sense for this species, because obviously normal glasses, their ears are different, so it wouldn't work with the ears they have. But so I decided to make it like ear straps. So yeah, that's some creativity. Too bad the actual design of the character isn't creative at all. But whatever. Okay, some more characters. This kid I knew in middle school. I drew him when I was in high school. Again, another Bookmaster character I had. And then I drew, I'll eat your meat. Okay. And then again, I tried to draw him more accurate to the photo I was using back then for the webcomic, but I didn't do a good job. Thankfully, I didn't do a good job because it would have been too obvious. I can't draw a good pork chop. I admit that because I love pork chops. But I tried to draw a pork chop. It did not come out well. Okay, and here's I'm not gonna show what's on the top, but it's a book fight representing two books. So I'm like one of the book is Dragon Maid. The other one is punching is I'm not gonna say what it is because it's terrible that I don't want to be obsessed. I'm not I don't want to send the wrong message here about my thoughts about what I do when it comes to uh anyways, I don't know. It's based on some mentally ill person's book that we shouldn't be talking about anymore. But this is a book fight where people literally fight representing books. That's a dumb idea. Makes no sense too. It's pretty boring too when you think about it. I tried drawing BMO, but like I drew him differently because he's supposed to be a different character that's based on the BMO that I was using in the earlier versions of the webcomic. But I try to draw him differently, just to separate him. But I think this is a bad idea to use BMO in the first place. Yeah, this is some this is yeah, this is like a movie poster. I'm not gonna show the bottom, but yeah, it's like a dimensional merge thing. Again, I'm not gonna specify where I got the idea from because I don't stand by it anymore. Okay, and here's another picture. This one is not as good as the other one I drew, but it's a car chase scene. We got a flying doll chasing after like some kid in a car. The same, it's like it's supposed to represent the same fictional movie, but whatever. I'm probably not gonna ever make that movie though, because I think it's a bad idea to just use people's likenesses without permission. And then I drew, you know, basically I drew Ness or Nintendo, I don't remember which one, in the Pico art style, but it's not the modern Pico art style. This was back in 2019, before FNF, but even the modern Pico art style from back then, this is not that. This is supposed to be the early Pico art style for the 1990s, for 1999. I tried to draw, Ness like that. And then here's like some fluffy anthropomorphic character. Don't get the wrong idea about me, but this is something I drew. And then this is the doll character I was talking about before. I drew him again. And then we were watching a Brazilian movie. I knew Master System was popular in Brazil, so I drew City of God, Brazil. But this isn't the kind of, I don't think this is the kind of Master System model you would see in Brazil. Even by that, especially not in 2019. But whatever. More of that cat character plus that dog character. And then I tried to draw a laying down alien character. And here's the Master System controller, part of this drawing. Yeah, I didn't even separate the drawings that well. They're just sketch pages that intersect. So, anyways, here's this. I used to have a dog known as Zedicus. Some early viewers of my channel might know this. He was a Shih Tzu, basically one of those Tibetan dogs. We adopted him in 2010, a long time ago, and he passed away in 2021. And it was quite saddening. But I tried drawing a dog, and I don't think I did a good job, but I drew the dog. And I tried to draw him realistically, but I was terrible at drawing. And I still am. And then I drew some more shit. This is a character from OKKO. I don't really I'm gonna censor what he says not because it's bad, but because it's a reference to something I don't want to talk about anymore. But it's an OKKO character. I don't really watch OKKO, and I never did. But I thought this character was funny. I drew some some doll character. I don't remember if this is actually based on a specific character of a closed species. I think this was actually, but so shame on me for drawing that when I was a teenager. I drew some some cat thing that kills or something. Just a little insight into the way my mind works. And I drew Kai-san again. He's looking a little more different, but he's looking a little more weirder every day. Okay, and there's another one of my characters. This one's not actually based on a person I knew. This one's Agatha the Math Master. So yeah, she's completely fictional. And this character I regret making, so I'm probably gonna censor part of that. But yeah, another 100% fictional. If I ever revisit these characters, I'm definitely gonna change this one's name and specialty. And this next page is so disgusting. I am not even gonna show part of it. I'm just going to okay, just onto this alien characters I drew again. These are hooved. I tried to get better at drawing bipedal hooved. We don't have good references for that, obviously, because well, they don't exist. But yeah, this is one of the ways in which they actually differ from an RPG character, which is more plantigrade and not hooved. Uh, so yeah, along with the points of their tails, but they still look way too much like that RPG character. So yeah, if only I could get it to focus. Stupid phone. All right. Uh, I kind of said again. Please don't pay attention to too much to this. Uh, I tried drawing a Tanuki. I was obsessed with them back then. I thought they were cute. This one's supposed to be Gay Tanuki Baby Jail. This was a name, but they actually that was proposed for a group at school. They actually initially adopted the name, surprisingly, but they changed it. They still kept the Tanuki part, but they changed it when the superintendent came because they didn't want to sound like they were. They didn't want to sound like they were making fun of homosexual people. So I guess it's understandable, but I did not like it back then. Also, this is 2020. I drew this in 2020. Um, the coronavirus was about to start by this point, and it was infecting some people, and I think these are like some of the last pages because these are like the months leading up to the coronavirus pandemic. So yeah, this is Gay Tanuki Baby Jail. Now that is a reference to Simple Flips, somebody who streams Super Mario 64 a lot. I think he's gotten tired of the gay baby Joe meme, but yeah. And then I'm not gonna show all this, but I drew some cool guy, I guess. Natas is another character I made. I'm gonna censor the edge here because it's showing. But yeah, Natas, another alien character I was drawing. They all live in a planet called Planet Heck. So yeah. And Planet Heck, it's a planet full of these this alien species that look like goats. They also look like RPG goats, whatever. And I tried to draw my dog again, the dog I had back then. We don't have a dog anymore. We have a cat now. This cat was adopted when I left New York City. Now I'm back in New York City with the cat, and she's wrecking my room as we speak. But at least my electronics are fine, except for like my laptop, I guess. But it still works. I tried drawing, more characters, like this guy with a hat, and then more. One of my friends is one of the games he was playing. Another person I was drawing. Another guy I was drawing. I tried on the Doge thing. I was really big on Doge meme. This was before Elon Musk started to make an organization based on this, meme that decided to ruin the country and destroy everything we've built. This was before that meme was associated with that guy that much. So, yeah, this meme was already outdated even back then, though. But yeah, here's another alien character in the middle. He's being petted. He's cross-dressing because, of course. Okay, and this is from February. I tried drawing Jack Frost with a gun because I used to be obsessed with that character when I was a little, way little kid. I tried drawing a more detailed showmount character thing with the OO face. Okay, here's kind of fun again. He's wearing a hat. He's pretty good. He's having the time of his life. We shouldn't judge him. He's living life. I tried drawing a visor character with the ooh face. Yeah, no guesses as to what. No guesses as to what. I'm gonna let you guess I have 3 guesses as to what inspired this. Same visor, different expression. And then I drew more of that shit. I drew the meme, the Protogen meme. Before, yeah, you probably can tell what this is pretty quickly. Then we got Shoe Man. He's weird looking shoe guy. It looks like shoes. He's obsessed with shoes. Yeah, I shouldn't have been drawing this. This was back when I was 17. Holy fuck. I should have waited at least 1 whole year before drawing this guy. And I'm kind of and I am in danger of YouTube, hitting me. So yeah. All right, and here's I'm gonna censor all this. These are names of people that are. We were planning a Doom deathmatch. Don't worry, it's the 1990s Doom. But yeah, the Doom deathmatch in school. Where we played Doom and deathmatch against each other. But unfortunately, the coronavirus prevented us from doing that. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate that we almost got a Doom deathmatch in our school. I don't know if they ever reopened the school and did a Doom deathmatch in my honor, as I'm an alumni of that school. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna censor this whole thing. I'm gonna censor this. This is some pretty bad stuff. And here's the last pic I ever drew in this notebook. This is this is Asian style food place, but they're not getting any business due to the virus because people are being racist in the coronavirus. It was this huge problem. Again, like this was when I was trying to be a better person, but even back when I was a shit person, I had nothing against people of East Asian descent. So yeah, and then that's it. That's kind of it. I did not ever draw this book ever again, but that's my high school one.